In this video, I will be critiquing, debating, and debunking many topics in a video titled, Call Me Carson is Coming Back. And that's a bad thing, made by a channel called Excalibur is Cool. If I get some of my information wrong, which I don't think I did, I will gladly learn new correct information. So, if you see any discrepancies, please post them in the comments section below. And at the end of this video, I will be discussing a small conversation I had with Excalibur on Twitter. If you like content like this and you want to support me, be sure to like and subscribe for more. And without further ado, enjoy.
Now, more than ever these days, people are getting canceled on the internet, and usually, a month after said person gets canceled, they come back like nothing ever happened. The internet has this sort of collective forgetfulness for all the bad things that people do, all of these horrible indiscretions, all of these crimes against humanity that these Minecraft YouTubers commit. I mean, they'll cancel anybody and everybody that steps out of line in their community. And it's like, I understand that, people are so hard to, they're so ready to cancel these YouTubers, and then they'll stop, they'll stop caring, they'll find somebody else to cancel, then the person they canceled will come back, and they'll all be like, yay, good for you, you're back. And it's like, what? Did you just forget? And, I understand that forgetfulness, and it all makes sense, but there was one example, there was one case where I was like, this one won't be forgotten, right? CallMeCarson is coming back and people are happy about it. I thought this one would be the one. This cancellation would stand the test of time. This man groomed an underage girl, abused his power as a creator over his fan, and then he lied to all of his closest friends about it and tried to make himself seem like the victim for months. Like, that's bad, That's a bad thing. That's a thing that people don't do very often. You know why? Because it's a bad thing.
This next section is going to be pretty long, as Excalibur has just stated 3 major points that I'm going to debate. 2 of which, the first 2, I will be debunking completely. These 3 points are that 1, Carson had groomed an underage fan, 2, he had abused his power as a creator over a fan, and 3, that Carson had lied to his friends for months after telling them about what he did. He never manipulated or groomed Sam. Grooming is a word which definition is literally the action by a pedophile of preparing a child for a meeting with the intention of committing a sexual offense. She isn't a minor because in both her state and Carson's, the age of consent is 16, so she by definition wasn't a minor. And she wasn't groomed. Even if she was an underage girl, it still wouldn't constitute grooming because he had never manipulated or prepared her to do anything. When he asked for consent and was declined, he would promptly and immediately back down and wait for her to consent. He had never pressured her into doing anything, and he even told her that she should take her time and think about if this is really what she wanted to do. Also, on a quick side note involving the law, the Romeo and Juliet laws of Carson State, Indiana, protected him when he was texting her from the federal offense of owning CP, as he was 19 at the time. Sam consented to giving him the photographs. They were not over 4 years apart in age and they were in an ongoing relationship, and he didn't distribute the images to others. This defense wouldn't even be legible if she was actually groomed, and because she wasn't, Carson couldn't be prosecuted if Sam had pressed charges on him. He never used his power dynamic against her in any way. In fact, he gave her all of the power in their relationship by letting her choose when things happened between them. Carson had never mentioned his channel or anything relating to it, except for when he said he was busy. He literally told her that she shouldn't do anything with him until she was 18. Sam was the one who pressured Carson into doing something that he was clearly uncomfortable with. Carson tried to convince her to end the relationship because he didn't want to inadvertently hurt her. Every time he brought up these kinds of concerns, Sam would either address them and then immediately return to flirting, or just outright ignore them and keep flirting with him. There is no proof of Carson lying. It was just what Jay Schlatt had said about him in his video on the Weekly Slap. In the video, he claims that Carson lied about his mental problems and continued to sext underage fans. However, he neglects to provide any proof of this at all, not even a statement from one of his roommates who said all this. Everything he says in that video has no proof at all and is just speculation at this point. His friends, however, I have proof of them lying. Noah Hugbox, one of Carson's former friends and roommates, told the public that Carson never told the lunch club the age of the underage fan involved. However, that has been proven false, as Carson told them exactly how old the two were when he first told them about it. He had also left out several important pieces of information that Carson gave him because he, quote, didn't know if they were lies or not. One of Carson's former roommates, Charlie, otherwise known as Slimesicle, had told the public that he had gone to the authorities and distanced himself from Carson when he was first informed in March of 2020. However, this is a lie. On June 8th of 2020, Carson announced he was working on a game show. It was a pretty big deal and lots of people were involved. Charlie was one of those people. Charlie was also present on multiple streams in the month before, May of 2020 as well. When Carson informed the lunch club of what had happened, he had told them that she was below the age of 18. However, Joko twisted his words and told the public that he was messaging minors, which is untrue. Joko had known that this was untrue because of another one of Carson's friends, SV Yoshi, had told them that it was not illegal and that the age of consent in the USA is not always 18. Joko, even after being informed of all this, still publicly announced that Carson had traded nudes with a minor. Now that the main points of Excalibur's video have been addressed, most of the rest of this video does not pertain too much to proving the innocence of Carson. Even though the rest of this video still is relevant to the Carson situation, it is mostly just Excalibur's personal speculations as to what might have happened and his personal opinions. I still will be addressing them, but my responses will be less serious and factual and more opinionated.
So like it's just so bizarre to me that like how did this one just like slip right past the radar? How are we not like still like really upset about this? If you didn't see it, CallMeCarson made a tweet that says, "Give me a little bit longer, thumbs up." And like, what are we giving you longer for? Are you waiting for her to turn 18? Is that why we need to give you a little bit longer? I've made that joke four times since he tweeted that, by the way, but I still find it funny.
Joking about serious situations as heavy as this one, especially multiple times, and then publicly announcing you did so in a video that was directly made for the situation, is not a good look for you, as it makes you look like someone who doesn't care about the situation at all. You have failed to exercise the proper discretion when it comes to these situations, and it definitely makes you seem malicious and vindictive.
But like, I mean, seriously? Read the room, buddy. Come on. Like, did you not see everything? Obviously, people, myself included, wanted him to get better. They wanted him to be okay. But like, I don't want to see you on YouTube anymore, bro. You did a bad thing. Live with the bad thing. Give it a year at least. Don't wait 6 months. Give it a full year. Like, come on, you know? Give it time. Let it rest. Let it breathe. I mean, we just saw David Dobrik come back after getting canceled with nobody caring about the fact that he got canceled. And now like a week later, Carson just says, "Oh, well, if it worked for him, it'll work for me." Ha ha ha. Like, no, these were two different situations. I still don't know what David Dobrik did. I know very well what you did, Carson. We all do.
You have no proof that's what he thought, nor do you have a proper reason for thinking so. Just because the timings aligned does not mean that he was specifically influenced by David Dobrik's actions in any way. Correlation does not equal causation. In my opinion, the way that you say, "I know what you did, Carson, we all do," sounds incredibly malicious and shows that you seem to have a personal dislike and definite bias against Carson.
I don't know. It's just like, it feels off, right? It feels like he shouldn't be back. It feels like that tweet should never have been sent. Did he get hacked? I feel like Carson got hacked. Now that I see that and I'm looking at it more and I'm thinking about the context and the meaning behind that tweet, I feel like he may have been hacked. I don't know. It's a bizarre situation, isn't it?
What? I think you just gave me a stroke.
And look, I was a Carson viewer. I liked Carson. I liked his videos. He had this very like awkward, very clunky style of comedy that just sort of worked for me. You know what I mean? Like his delivery was always like top notch. He was always able to create like a funny environment in his videos. That doesn't mean he needs to come back. At the end of the day, I've accepted that Call Me Carson's videos are a thing of the past. Call Me Carson himself is a thing of the past. Society has progressed past the need for Carson, and that's just how it is. I mean, I did not see a single soul on YouTube or on Twitter saying, "Man, I can't wait for Carson to come back. Oh, man, I totally missed his 10 minutes of awkward Among Us gameplay with people who are more popular than him. Man, I wish I could watch more videos of Carson not being able to talk to other human beings. That'd be great."
Oh, really? You didn't? Well, let me give you a hand, and I'll help you with your lack of research skills. This is only a fraction of the people who want him to come back. Because these are the people who cared enough to actually comment. The people who didn't care enough to comment just liked. And the people that still want him to come back that don't even have Twitter didn't even see this. But despite all of that, his post still has 152,000 likes. That just shows you how much his community supports him.
There was not a high demand for this comeback, especially considering what he did is worse than like what 99% of Minecraft YouTubers get canceled for, you know? Tommy Innit faced Twitter backlash for making a joke about somebody who makes offensive jokes. Like there was a complete like there was a full degree of separation between like the offensive thing and Tommy Innit, and he still got like trending on Twitter and got mercilessly bullied for it. Like what? Like how is this working? Twitter is eating itself alive right now. And this Carson comeback, if it proves to be successful, is going to be like the final nail in the coffin for Twitter. You know what I mean? Like at this point, you're just canceling anybody and then letting them walk free. Like it's just so bizarre and I hate it.
Excalibur is obviously aware that cancel culture does so much more harm than good. He acknowledges that 99% of people get canceled for less than Carson, and Carson didn't even commit a crime. Yet he knowingly supports the cancellation of Carson even though he criticizes it and disagrees with everything else cancel culture has brought about. This, in my opinion, is very dangerous. He knows cancel culture is bad, but he's willing to actively support it when it involves Carson. But then, if another person is involved, like Tommy Innit, he completely takes a 180 and says that cancel culture is horrible. Even though Carson didn't commit a crime and didn't do anything wrong. Except for maybe being a cringy teen, if that even counts.
Like, I don't know, there's just so much wrong with Call Me Carson coming back to YouTube, if that's what this tweet even means. It's got bad vibes to it, you know? It's got bad vibes. I don't like it. I don't think it should happen. And you know what? I'll say this. I was right. I made a video back when Carson first got canceled 6 months ago. Jeez. But I made that video and it was a prediction. It was where did Call Me Carson go? And I'm pretty sure in that video I said he was just waiting for this all to blow over and then he'll come back like it never happened. And honestly, that's a great strategy for when you get canceled. And if it works, then oh my god, I have such little faith for the landscape of YouTube. Like, he did nothing. He did nothing. He saw that he got canceled and he just disappeared. Has he been working on an apology video this entire time? Is that what's been going on? He's gonna upload like a 50-hour video of him just like sobbing, begging for our forgiveness, and everyone's just gonna say, yeah, all right. I mean, 50 hours of it. That he's sincere. Like, I don't know. You can't have it both ways. You know what I mean? You can't work so hard to cancel somebody and ruin the reputation, and then also be happy for them to come back and also just accept that they're coming back. There was a lot of like backlash, there was a lot of outrage about him coming back, but there was also a lot of support in his replies, and it's weird to see this mesh of these ideas. And at the end of the day, if he wants to come back, he'll come back. There's nothing really stopping him.
Despite him saying earlier that he didn't see a single soul who was happy about Carson's return, Excalibur just said that he saw a multitude of people supporting him. Those are two contradictory statements, and I can't tell which one he stands by.
I don't think he should come back. I truly think he needs to stay off of YouTube. YouTube is what got him here in the first place. I feel like he definitely needs to take a step back. But then again, I know nothing. I'm not his friend. I'm not his psychiatrist, his therapist. I don't know anything about the man. Maybe he should come back to YouTube.
This is a part of the video that I can truly respect. Even though his opinion is that Carson shouldn't come back, he admits that he has no ties and isn't in touch for him, and for all he knows, maybe Carson should come back. I respect this take so much because even though it went completely against what he believes, he still admitted that he could be entirely wrong, and I greatly respect people with the ability to state that they may be incorrect. Even though I think that the majority of this video is bad and made with no regard to any facts or evidence, I can genuinely respect him for saying this.
Maybe he should become a Valorant streamer. I don't know. Maybe he needs to do ASMR and get banned like Amaranth.
Okay, so were you actually saying that maybe he should come back to get banned? I really hope this isn't what you mean, because I really don't like wasting kind words on people. I truly hope that you were genuine in what you said, that you might be wrong. But I can't read people's minds. It's impossible.
Either way, I think this comeback is ill-advised. I think this comeback won't end well. I think this comeback is weird. It makes me feel weird if I were to see him making videos again. And that's just it. He wants to come back. It's not going to end well, I don't think. But maybe I'll be wrong. I've been wrong a lot. So, hey, maybe this will be another time. That'd be tragic. I don't know. It's a weird thing. Carson, the SMP Live, it's kind of what got me really interested in YouTube. It's the reason I'm sitting here in front of a camera recording this video, and here I am recording this video about how I don't want Carson to make videos anymore. It's a weird sort of thing, and I don't like the situation in the slightest. So yeah, CallMeCarson's coming back. I've tried to conclude this video like 3 times. I'm gonna end it now. Subscribe.
Now that Excalibur's video is over, I have a few more things to say. I had reached out to him when I first saw his video on Twitter, and I expressed my disdain with it. Now, I will admit that I went a little overboard with my language, but seeing slander generally doesn't make me happy. I had taken back my choice words and told them that I would even apologize for them if he could prove me wrong. However, he never reached out to me in the roughly 2 days that it took me to make this video, so sadly, I won't be taking back my words for now. There's also one last thing that I would like to point out before I end the video. In the tweet that Excalibur sent me, he said that I have my opinion and you have yours. However, I urge him to, if he watches this video, please establish what statements are opinions and what statements are facts, because the tweet he sent me implies that the entire video that he made was just his opinion. whereas he clearly made many statements that were lined out like facts. For instance, the three major points at the beginning of the video sounded like he was saying facts, not opinions. When you're covering sensitive topics like this, in my opinion, you must communicate what statements are facts or opinions, because if someone sees an opinion of yours and mistakes it for fact, it can cause major damage to both you and them. It will also create a problem with your credibility and may fuck lots of things up. Pardon my French. Also, do not go and cause any unnecessary discomfort for or harass Excalibur in any way. I do not wish to cause him trouble, and I only want to correct what he and others have done wrong. Now, with the disclaimer out of the way, I will place the links to both Excalibur's channel and his video, along with a Google Doc that I think sums up the entire Carson situation very well. And if you want me to review any other situation, I will put my Twitter handle in the description of the video, so feel free to @ me with any information that you want me to review. And with that said, bye bye.